Alright, let's get into it. Hello everyone, it's me, it's Mr. 789 on the glorious day of January 7th, 2017. And here we have a really nice PvP to start out your day, or end it, wherever you are in the world. In the bottom left hand corner, representing our red Protoss player, it is MCanning. I hope that's a familiar name, because if it isn't, I still forgive you. And in the top right hand corner, representing our blue Protoss player, and as TTE, a spam clan, it is wiNgiAN. wiNgiAN? wiNgiAN. We'll call him wiNgiAN, with some horrible pylon placement to start off the thing. Just absolutely garbage tier, but that's alright. It's not too garbage tier. MCanning with the pylon down the ramp. It's an interesting choice as well, but definitely better than the pylon right in front of the Nexus, because Adepts, ladies and gentlemen, that is the name of the PvP game. Oh boy. Both players grabbing their gateways and their gas. I'm experimenting, man, right? My channel is still fairly young, you know? I gotta figure out all the right settings, all the cool things to say, a catchphrase, like fun for the whole family. I don't know many good catchphrases, come to think of it. You know, also testing out the mic settings. If you notice, I have changed a couple of things about the mic, changing how much music plays in the background, so it also matches with that a little bit as well. I don't know where I'm going with this, just don't listen to him. Let's get into the game. Alright, a lot of gas coming in for wiNgiAN, and a lot of gas coming in for MCanning. This is weird. The meta nowadays is to just slowly fill these. Always keep 16 probes right there and slowly fill them up. At least that's how we do it up PvP in my league, which happens to be Masters League. I am not a god, ladies and gentlemen. I am a mere mortal. MCanning with some interesting building placement. I would see this and expect this generally from a Zerg, but from a Protoss, it's kind of janky, don't you agree? Tell me if you agree, right? Better than this, though. Goodness gracious. He's gonna need 4 pylons to protect all of his crap. One right there and one right there, along with the 2 right there. MCanning, though, is gonna rely on the good old-fashioned wall-off, which is neither good nor is it old-fashioned in the PvP matchup. And if an Oracle flies in, it will assuredly wreak havoc, so let's hope that doesn't happen. For MCanning's sake, Mothership Core out and pop for wiNgiAN. And the Mothership Core always looks like it has a bunch of eyes, doesn't it? Just lots of eyes at once, but as soon as you try to look at one, they disappear. And oh, wait a minute, I'm following it. Why am I following it out on the map? Oh no, Mothership Core going for an adventure. Don't do this. Unless you have pylons on the opposite side of the map, don't do this. I mean, like, what is that gonna do? It's gonna get shot by a couple stalkers and then leave. Which I guess, you know what? Actually, I have seen this get some important scouting information off. So I guess it's not the most oddest thing to happen. Oh, I thought that was a pylon. Probe is not the pylon. There we go. Boom, Nexus. Boom, Nexus. Thank God. wiNgiAN doing it at a slightly earlier time than MCanning, but it shouldn't be an issue. There we go. Mothership Core is gonna fly into the main base, see if it can scout some tech while stalkers poke the natural. Very wise move for wiNgiAN. Props an overcharge from MCanning, actually. Oh, wiNgiAN barely getting out with his life. Oh, but that macro mistake cost him, and now he's gonna lose both of these stalkers for freezies. Ready? As freezies as it can get. There we go. Good micro move by MCanning. Now he is in charge of this game. He can get a couple sentries if he wants to. Get some scouting information out early. Oh, no. Brothers avenging their brothers. I mean, Stalkers avenging their brothers, who have previously fallen in combat. Robo and a Twilight out for wiNgiAN. Fairly standard stuff. Nothing too shabby. You need that Robo and you need that Twilight in a PvP matchup, so no big shock there. And just a Robo from MCanning, playing it a little bit safer as he gets those 2 sentries out. Not sure what his plan is. There we go. Twilight Council is the plan. Up for that. Oh, you know what? It was a gas timing thing. He wanted these 2 sentries out, and you know what? Who can blame him? Sentries are a good unit. They're a scary unit, which I've discussed before. They sound awfully hellish at times, but they're a good unit nonetheless. Oh boy. What else is happening? Blink on the way. Standard as Mandrit can get. MCanning. We're gonna have to see what you get out of there. If you get glaives, oh boy, you are doing something janky. And I love it. I will jank you for it. Ooh, cross that out. Never pretend I never said that. MCanning watching what his opponent is doing. This is so annoying. So many people in lower leagues don't take these watchtowers. They just ignore it. And it's just, they're just so good, especially if you take your opponents. It just makes you feel like You have so much more map presence in them, and it puts you in such a good position. Forge coming down for MCanning, getting those upgrades whilst on 2 bases, and who can blame him? Most Protoss get a Forge on 2 bases nowadays. And we're going to see if this pans out to be just typical... I don't know what I was looking at. I just wanted to sound like I was looking at something so I wasn't wasting your guys' time. I'm sorry. Robotics Bay, yes. Blink Stalker Disruptor for wiNgiAN, and we're gonna have to wait to see what MCanning gets. MCanning with the Forge, with the additional gateways, not committing to a specific 3rd tier of tech like our friend wiNgiAN is. But PvP is a volatile, crazy, strategic as all hell matchup. We're gonna have to see how this pans out. I'm sure MCanning has a plan. And he is getting Blink, by the way, so that's definitely something to notice. Supply blocked is MCanning. Oh boy, Arcturus would not be proud. Or, no, who's that guy who hates getting supply blocked? I don't know. I know Hydra used to always hate getting dropped, and it's surprising him. Oh, gravitic boosters? Oh, that's observer speed, which is really nice. Okay, so you can scout ahead with your observer to get that fatty disruptor shot off and save it a bit easier. Where's that going? Oh yeah, I know Hydra used to get really mad if drop caught him off guard because he used to pride himself in being able to catch those, but he does not play professionally anymore, as to my knowledge. There's observer speed coming in. Generally something you not see in the higher leagues or higher levels until you're on 3-ish, 4-ish bases, because it is not cheap, ladies and gentlemen. It costs 100 gas, 100 minerals. And oh boy, do you have to whoop 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 that probe around in order for it to be effective. But when it is, oh boy, it pretty much is. That sentence held no content. And I did that one. Well, this one. You know what? Before I make an infinite chain of useless sentences, we're gonna get back to the game. Next side coming up for wiNgiAN for MCanning. MCanning's seeking to be aggressive, and he is getting those disruptors. Not gonna be Colossus, which I know sounds crazy, but believe me, some people do go Colossus, and it's actually not horrible. There we go. Look how fast it is. Whoa. Movement speed of can't see because this replay interface kind of sucks. I will get a better one. Trust me, I'll get a better one. If you made it this far into the cast, the 7-minute 30-second mark, let me tell you that you are special, you are sexy, you are smart, and you is appreciated by me. Which I know could actually be a negative thing to hear, but, you know, try to be grateful. Alright, Zealot getting absolutely slaughtered to death by those stalkers. 2 disruptors out for wiNgiAN. It is currently... Ooh. 1 disruptor to 3 disruptors. This is actually gonna... Oh, now he gets 2. Alright, I was about to say, it was gonna be really dangerous. Oh, hold that thought. Big engagement coming up. Disruptor ball. No, failing its family. Oh, disruptor ball. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Disruptors are interesting units. 2 disruptor balls out versus 3. Most people think Blink Stalker Disruptor. Here's a small knowledge bomb for y'all, and who aren't quite in the higher leagues. Most people think Blink Stalker Disruptor is just never engage into each other, wait for the fatty hit, but it's actually not. Most of the times you will wait to see the moment where you can blink on top of your opponent when they have multiple disruptor balls out. Either when you did get a big hit, or you think you have more disruptors than your opponent. Oh! Nothing happened. Oh, something's gonna happen. Oh, MCanning shot first. MCanning shot first. Oh boy. Oh. If a Trekkie fan ever tells you that it doesn't matter who shot first, or that it matters who shot first, it's true in StarCraft. I'm sorry, I don't have good analogies. It's really cold in the attic, 60 degrees. MCanning probably gonna... No, MCanning! Oh, it's fine anyways. Oh, he's gonna win this fight easily. Look at this. Look at that. Mwah. It is currently 5 disruptors to 0. MCanning in charge and large and in charge of this game. And I don't see how our friend wiNgiAN is going to hold off the incoming attack. But disruptors are an interesting unit, folks. They can swing a game as much as a teddy bear on high cocaine. High cocaine, yes, because cocaine can get high. When your drugs do drugs, you've hit rock bottom, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, send out another one. There you go. There you go. MCanning knows the pro strats. Oh, no disruptor left behind. Oh, apparently no MCanning. Oh, big disruptor had from that one. Fatty. Killing 6 stalkers in one shot, forcing MCanning to back off be a bit more conservative. 5 more gateways on the way for wiNgiAN, which puts him at a total of around 12-ish, while MCanning hovers around the 6 mark. And who can blame him? Because I don't think 12 gateways is what you can realistically produce off of 3 bases while going double disruptor, while expanding, while getting your upgrades, while teching up. Oh, but hold that thought, wiNgiAN seeking to make magic happen on the top left-hand corner of the screen. Oh my gosh, MCanning, you're distracted. No, McCann. Oh, wiNgiAN. Oh, you could have held the fattiest of shots. Nice flank. Most people don't set up flanks. MCanning and wiNgiAN do, ladies and gentlemen. It's what differentiates a good engagement from a slaughter fest. If you can get a 6 around on your opponent, no matter the circumstances, you're going to be a happy camper, ladies and gentlemen. A happy camper. Fun fact about camping, I once got 127 mosquito bites. Yes, I counted. Yes, I was out of the country. I was in Belize or something like that. One of the most uncomfortable yet braggable stories I've ever had. Now that you know my internal body fluid... No, not my internal body fluids. My internal body mishaps. Tell me some of yours. Let me know in the comments down below, and maybe, just maybe, I'll pick my favorite one and I'll frame it above my bed to sleep at night, knowing that someone out there pays attention to me. Stalker, just stalking its way, as the name would suggest. The Stalker voice pack, actually. I was listening to it, trying to find out a good sound, and they have some weird hidden ones, right? MCanning! Oh, 2 disruptors for 2 disruptors. Huh. That's about it. It's equal as it gets, folks. Generally you see these go one way or the other. Not this time. I feel like MCanning just playing a bit much with fire. Oh boy, he needs that control. Let's see, APM for these first. Ooh. Yeesh. Ooh. You know what? Not actually the worst trade. That wasn't all of his stalkers. Very wise move. Decision making is huge in PvP. Deciding to bring those couple stalkers up, get that disruptor advantage. Perfect. But ooh, big shots from MCanning. Can wiNgiAN break MCanning? Can MCanning hold on? Let us see on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z! Oh, they all whiffed. That's not how you control disruptors. That's not how you control disruptors. Oh boy, and now there's oracles out for MCanning, which forces wiNgiAN into a very defensive position until he can get oracles of himself. Look at this. Revelation. Yeah, you know, that's to be expected. But honestly, oh, ringing in my ears. Ouch. Honestly, I would trade 150 minutes and 150 gas for vision like this. Mostly. None of the time. You would always prefer to get out with it, but if you have 2 oracles, that's generally what you do with 2 oracles. You lose the first one, revelating the first time. You make another one, and then you just chain the revelations while you're at a distance. A disruptor! No! Oh, did you see that? Oh, it was just pure disruptor versus pure disruptor. A wanky fight if I've ever said one in my life, and I have. It is not looking good. 163 supplied to 91. 98 army supplied to 51 total. MCanning holding a comfortable lead. I don't know how he's going to get out of this, wiNgiAN is. And, ooh, nothing happening there. Move along. Oh. No, whiffed away. wiNgiAN with the vision. I think, ooh, no. Is there actually? You know what? No observer here for MCanning. Does he not have one in general? Oh boy. He has one. Fine, whatever. Dark Templar detection, I get it. You need an observer with your main armies though for instances like that. Instances where Dark Templar are actually kind of not a huge deal. Oh. Whatever you're doing, it's not a good idea. No! I told you. Oh, the Stalker attack actually did not do nothing. More stalkers warping in, more pressure from the top side of the map. This is the strategic thinking that differentiates PvP from all the matchups. The extremely strategic thinking that goes into Protoss versus Protoss. The decision making, the strategy, the micro. Oh, boy. Good micro, the disruptor balls. Oh, it's too painful. I don't know. I'm a Protoss player myself. Should I be happy? Or should I just be mortified? Oh, godness. I mean, I've been in both positions. This one more often than not. And, you know, that happens to me. What doesn't to me does unto that oracle. But, oh, there we go. I sounded 2 there for a second, and I profusely apologize. MCanning refusing to leave the game, as wiNgiAN has been defeated, and MCanning was victorious. Just MCanning not wanting to leave the game, and there you go, MCanning has left the game. Oh boy, nice PvP. 14 minutes? You know, the more I cast, the more it seems like time flies by. And I hope you get that same feeling from my cast, that it just won't freaking end. But that is gonna be it for me. If I were wiNgiAN, I mean, he had the right components there. It's just MCanning out-strategized him, out-disrupted him, out-microed him. It was just a brutal beatdown, and you would expect nothing else from the one, the only MCanning. And that is going to be it for me. This has been Mr. 789. Be sure to give me a like on this video if you did enjoy it. Leave a comment if you are so inclined. Thank you for tuning in as always, and remember, the internet could always use more heroes.